Hello guys, and welcome back to the second episode of the Minecraft mod tutorial. Today we're actually going to start programming in Eclipse. We're going to be building the basic structure for our mod, and in the next episode we'll be doing items. If you like the video, make sure to hit the like button, and if you want to see the rest of the tutorials, hit subscribe and turn on notifications if you feel like it. Right then, first thing we're going to do is rename MDK example to your mod. I'm just going to call it tutorial mod. And we can open it. First thing I always do is go into this arrow here, the view menu, package presentation, and go to hierarchical. And then you can now delete the example mod. This source main Java is where all your coding files are going to go, and the resources are where all your textures and sounds are going to go. First thing you want to do, go into mcmod.info and input all the information about your mod. My mod ID, this is just the initials of your mod. For example, I'm doing tutorial mod, so I'm going to call it TM. And the name, obviously, tutorial mod. The description, I'm just going to call it tutorial mod for my Minecraft series. And there we go. The version is going to be 0.1. And the Minecraft version is 1.11.2. And authors, these obviously going to be Harry. And credits, I'm going to put Harry and my fans. And that's everything you need to do in the mod. The first thing we're going to do is create a package. A package is basically just a Windows folder. What you're going to need to do, put your name. So I'm going to put Harry. Then put the name of your mod. I'm going to put .tutorial mod and click enter. First thing you want to do is create a new class. A class is just a text document with all your code, and the class can be run. This can be our main class. Just call it your mod name. You never have any spaces in class names, so whenever you want a new word, just put a capital letter. Tutorial with a capital and mod with a capital, and click finish. As you can see, it's created this class. It's saying its location, the package, harry.tutorialmod. It's a public class, which means it can be seen by other classes. And then a class. And then its name. And these two these two curly brackets represent where all your code goes in. And you're going to create 3 functions. First one, public. You know what public stands for. Static, which means it's here and other classes can refer to it. And then void. This just creates a function, a void function. Then pre-init. This means pre-initialization. This is the name of the function. Then FML, which is Forge Modding Library, and if you click Control and Space on your keyboard, this will give you all the classes that have FML pre in them, or whatever you want. So just you type something, press Control Space, and it will bring up all the named classes. We want FML pre-initialization event. And then we give this event a name. We just call it event. And press enter and 2 curly brackets. Then copy this function. We want 2 more. We want the initialization event, just call it init. And remove pre. And also you want a post initialization event called post init, and also post initialization. These need importing, so you can either hover over it and click import, or click Ctrl Shift and O on your keyboard to import all unimported things. These are our three main functions. Next, we're going to put @event handler sets this function here as an event handler, which means it will run things. And copy this on top of all of these three functions. These are our three main functions. This runs before initialization, this runs on initialization, and this runs after initialization. This pre-init is usually used for initializing items and blocks and everything else. This init is usually used for renders, and in most of my modding I never really use post init, but you need it to be there. The next thing you're going to want to do, select your package and create a new class. Call this reference. This reference file is going to store all the things we need to refer to, and we'll clean up our tutorial mod, our main class, and clear up our main class here. So we're going to do a public static and a final. We use final. This is a public static. You know what public static are. Final means it's a variable that will not change. And then string. A string refers to a bit of text in Java. And then you're going to call it, press caps lock, and call it mod ID. As I told you before, that is just the two initials. Put equals, then quotation marks, and go lowercase again. And I'm going to put TM. So say you were calling your mod more blocks, you would call it MB, and so on. We're then going to create 4 more, so paste it a few more times. Next one is going to be called name, or mod name, whatever you want to call it. And this is going to be tutorial mod. Make sure you put a semicolon on the end of each of these things that states that is the end of that line. And finally, version is equal to, I call mine 0.1, that's the version of our mod, space, dash, and I put MC 1.11.2. I'm going to put a semicolon on the end. And these two are going to be client proxy and common proxy. I'll explain these later. Just put equals and quotes and then semicolon on the end. We're not going to be using these yet. And click Ctrl S to save. Go back to your main class, the tutorial mod, and above the class press enter and give it the @mod annotation. This is a Minecraft annotation that basically just refers to this as the main mod class, and it takes in 3 things. Mod ID is equal to reference, this is the class name, dot, and then as you can see here, you want the mod ID string. Normally you'd have to write out the whole string. It's easier to just put reference. Also, if we refer to reference.modID anywhere in our code, if you ever want to change our mod ID or mod name or version, we just change it here and it will change all through our code. Put a comma to refer to the next item. name is equal to reference.modName. Or .name. And finally, version is equal to reference.version. If you now click on Tutorial Mod and click the Run Client icon up here, this is the Run, the play button, it will boot into Minecraft. This is known as the console and shows everything booting up. Once you've got items or anything that you want to initialize, they will appear here, and if any errors happen, you can look through and find the error, either put it in the comments or look it up on Google. It will then boot into Minecraft. Here we are, it's booted in. You'll see 5 mods loaded. Click Mods, Minecraft, Minecraft Coder Pack, Forge Mod Loader, Minecraft Forge. These 4 are all default mods. And finally, Tutorial Mod. Next thing you're going to do, create a new package called .proxy. Then create a new class inside of here, one of them called client proxy, and another called common proxy. What these do is differentiate your items being registered either in the client, which is just your normal single player Minecraft, or on the server, which is the common proxy. What you want to do is copy these 3 functions here into both client proxy and server proxy or common proxy. And you want to remove event handler tags. There we go. These are our two classes, one referring to our client and one referring to the server. Next, in here, we are going to extend common proxy. What this means is everything that's ran in common proxy will also run the client, but everything around the client itself won't be run in common. This is gets all the functions from common and brings them into client. After that, you want to remove the static functions from each of them, as you want them to be extendable and save. Next, what you need to use is something called super. Type super dot and pre-init, super dot init, and super dot post init. What this is doing is getting the functions from here. Everything that's inside of this pre-init will be ran in this pre-init. Everything ran in init will be ran in this init, and everything ran in post init. Everything ran in post init will be ran in this post init as well. Super is just grabbing everything from here and putting it in here. Inside of your main class, above these functions, you want to create an @sided proxy. This just refers to the 2 sides of the proxy, the common proxy and the client proxy. Open brackets. And this is where you need to go back into your reference and input the location of client and common. So here we're going to type harry.tutorialmod.proxy.client proxy, as that is where my client proxy is located, and the same thing for the common. Give that a save. Then in here, you want to do client side is equal to reference.clientProxy. So it's saying that the client is this class, and the server side is the common proxy. You want to import side proxy, and then finally type public common proxy. All this is doing is naming the common proxy as this variable proxy, and now we use input proxy dot public static common proxy. So put proxy dot pre-init, proxy dot init, and proxy dot post init. This is the same as superclass. It's getting this variable proxy, finding the common proxy, and then finding this pre-init function, and it's then running it inside of this pre-init function, which is an event handler. The final thing we're going to do in this episode is create a new package inside of harry.tutorial mod called .handlers. This will handle things in the background. We are going to call this the Registry Handler. This is going to handle registering all our items, blocks, tools, armor, everything into the common and client proxies, then into our main class, and then registering them into our game. So we now want a public static void client and a public static void common. These two classes, anything we want to initialize on the client side, we will input in here, and anything we want to initialize on the common side, we'll put in here. Then go back into common proxy. Inside of the common proxy pre-init, you want to put registry handler dot common, and then open up your client proxy again. Beneath init, put registry handler dot client. So this means everything inside of here will go into here, which will then go into here and register, and everything in the common will go into the common and then register as well. These are all the basics you require for a mod. If you want to start a second mod, I recommend just copying your package into your new mod, renaming a few things, and then you'll have all this set up and ready to go to start initializing items, blocks, and so on. So in the next episode, I'll show you how to initialize an item, register its render, and make it so it's in the game. So if you have enjoyed this video, or you found it useful, please hit the like button down below. Subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Thanks for watching guys, I've been Harry, and goodbye.